Gemini, and welcome to Half Horse Tarot. I am here with your mid-month update for the month of September 2018. Before we get started, I do just want to go ahead and mention a couple of things. First of all, I am very sorry about posting this video a couple days later than I had hoped to have it out. I was supposed to have it out by the 15th. But things have been really hectic over here, so I've had a hard time getting all of the videos out on time, and for that I apologize. Additionally, I have started changing up the order in which I post the videos for all of the signs. So what I'm going to start doing from now on is when it comes to the next batch of videos, I'm going to look back at the previous batch and see which signs videos got the most views, and they'll get their readings first the next time around. And I just want to do that to reward people for watching the videos, sharing, subscribing to the channel, giving them thumbs ups, leaving comments, etc. So, you know, the more views that your video gets, the sooner you'll get your reading for the month of October. So I just want to throw that out there so you guys were aware and would, you know, keep that in mind. Additionally, I have posted all of the September monthly readings for all of the signs. I've noticed with these readings, they're a little bit shorter and a little bit more specific in terms of storyline. So if you're watching these readings and it doesn't really make much sense to you, definitely check out your September monthly reading. Those are a little bit longer, go into a little bit more detail, so they might resonate a bit more with your situation than this particular reading. And additionally, as always, if you're watching this and it doesn't really make sense, do make sure to check out the readings for your moon sign and your rising sign, because one of those readings might resonate a little bit more with your situation, depending on whatever it is that you may happen to be going through. So with all that said, we will go ahead and get started with your reading. This is basically a simple 5-card spread. I interpret it in the style of Lenormand readings, if you happen to be a little bit familiar with how Lenormand readings are done. So your central issue for the next couple of weeks is really, really awesome. I love it. It's the 9 of Swords in reverse. The 9 of Swords in the upright it's the nightmare card. In some cases, it can be abuse. But generally, you know, it's just fear and anxiety and like this mental torture that we can sometimes put ourselves through, and we kind of get caught up in our own head and caught up in our own fears, especially in regard to things that we can't change or can't control. So, you know, this lady in the card is just really, really having a rough go of things. And with this being in the reverse, it says to me that we are finally starting to let go of a lot of that fear, a lot of that anxiety, kind of freeing ourselves from this prison or this torture of our own making. And that's really the central focus of these next couple of weeks for you guys, which is awesome, especially if lately, or maybe in the past couple of months, things have been a little bit rough for you guys. So I'm really, really happy to see that that's the primary focus for your reading. You guys, for your first card, have the 7 of Cups in reverse. This is another card that I like to see. So in the upright, the 7 of Cups, the 7s in general are all about choices, but the 7 of Cups really, really emphasizes that you can see all of the cups filled with all these different objects. And the issue is that not all of these objects are tangible or viable choices. Some of them can even be harmful. And it's all about trying to decide which option, which path, which choice is the best one for you, and is going to be something that you can actually invest your time in and reap tangible benefits from. And with this card being in the reverse, it says to me that you guys might be in the process of weeding through those choices, and you might have come down to just a couple, or you might even be 100% intent on whatever decision it is that you are looking to make. So, you know, you're working on that narrowing down process, which is awesome, because once you figure out what you want to pursue or what you want to invest your time in, that's going to really be liberating, because you'll be able to then, you know, just channel all your energy into that path, and not feel so scatterbrained and not feel so anxious about making choices or figuring out what's best for you. So I do like seeing that card there first, you know, front and center there, because that says to me that you guys, especially with the 9 of Swords in reverse, are really doing a lot of work on a mental and an emotional level when it comes to making decisions and letting go of fear so that you can start to pursue the path that is right for you or destined for you. So that's really great to see. The next card that you guys have is Temperance. This card could be Sagittarius. If it is a Sag, they seem to be pretty positive, especially if you are dealing with them in a business capacity or have some sort of like fiduciary financial material relationship with them, because they do reflect over here to the Four of Pentacles, which says to me that they probably have stable finances. They may be a little bit miserly, a little bit reticent to spend money, but overall they kind of have it all together. But if that's not the case, if you don't have a Sag in your lives, this is just something that you guys are dealing with. Temperance is all about balance and moderation and patience. And if you look at the two cups that she's holding, she has a cup of water and a cup of fire, and they're all melding together. So that says to me that for a lot of you guys, again, things are really going to start coming together for you. The pieces of the puzzle are going to finally start fitting together. You might begin to start seeing, again, the viable paths that lie ahead for you, and that'll help you make the decisions that you need to make in regards to which options are best for you. So again, it's that kind of coming togetherness that you guys are going to start seeing in these next couple of weeks here, that's really going to help you release some of the stress and anxiety that you may feel in regard to making some choices or dealing with multiple options that are before you. And that could be in any aspect. Financial, especially just because you do have some pentacle cards here. So in terms of your finances or career, if you are having to make some decisions, I think things are going to start kind of coming together for you, and you'll have a little bit clearer sense of what you need to do moving forward. But that even applies in relationships as well. So just apply those messages to whichever aspect of your life that makes the most sense. Moving forward, you guys have the Four of Pentacles. This card, I normally don't like to see it in the upright because the energy that I get from this card, it's a very clingy energy. You can see the guy really holding on tight to those pentacles for dear life, almost to the point where he doesn't move at all. He just kind of stays stuck because this is comfort, this is security, and to take a risk could potentially end up badly for him. So I don't always like to see this card if the person is in that kind of clingy state of mind or state of being. Again, like I mentioned with the Sag, the person could be a little bit of a miser when it comes to finances, which isn't always bad. Being shrewd with your money can be good. Just make sure that you're not being so shrewd with your money that you aren't really experiencing things or you're just too scared to spend your cash. Again, going back to Temperance, it's all about balance, it's all about moderation. So don't hold on too tightly to your finances to the point where you kind of keep yourself from being able to fully experience some opportunities or events or whatever that may be coming your way. And then for others of you, this is just going to speak to financial stability. Things, again, coming together, especially in a financial or material aspect. Also in regards to career. The fours are all about stability, security. So financially, you guys could just be doing well these next couple of weeks. Again, as long as we don't have that Klingon energy, I think it's going to be okay. So I do really, really like the card that you guys end your reading on, the Six of Swords, especially in conjunction with this Nine of Swords and reverse energy that you have central to your reading. The Six of Swords is all about somebody who has gone through a lot. They've been in some really turbulent situations for a while, and they finally make the decision to leave behind that turbulence and move forward into something that'll bring them a lot more peace and calm. And just really be a lot easier to deal with, in any aspect of life, but also especially energetically, and not being so bogged down by a lot of negative and toxic energy. So with this being here and with the Nine of Swords reverse being central to your reading, This says to me that we are really, really working hard on moving away from toxic people, toxic situations, negative energy that we may have been dealing with for a while or in our past. And we are starting to make some positive decisions in regard to our own mental health and well-being. And as a result, you guys are really moving forward, making some critical changes that are ultimately going to bring you a lot more balance and harmony. So I'm really, really excited to see that, because this to me is like a process. It's like you've been going through this for a while. You're really weeding down your choices, weeding down your options, and things are going to start coming together for you that will allow you to release a lot of this negative emotions and fear and anxiety and stress, and allow you guys to move forward. Do just make sure that you are not clinging on to things that no longer serve you. Again, if this is talking about our finances and our career and everything stable and great in that regard, awesome. If you are one of those people who may be clinging on to some things that you need to let go of, do make sure that you're really stepping into that Six of Swords energy and are starting to move forward and leave behind the stuff that no longer serves you or that causes you a lot of undue stress and misery. So the overall energy you guys got for your reading, this is the card that was on the bottom of the deck, is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I don't really care that this is in the reverse. Aces are always about new beginnings. When they show up in the reverse, it says that we may be experiencing some delays and or blockages. Sometimes if we're dealing with blocked energy, we have to figure out why that's the case, why we can't seize or capitalize on this new beginning. So for those of you who, again, may be dealing with really turbulent, toxic situations, that's probably going to be the cause of the block that you're dealing with in regard to the Ace of Pentacles. Once that gets resolved and once you get into a much better headspace, then I think that this is going to really flip into the upright for you guys. And then for others of you, we're just waiting and having to bide our times, having to be patient and really harness that temperance energy and wait for things to kind of come together. And then something new, a new path is going to, come up for us. But generally speaking, I think everybody definitely needs to work on letting go of negative thought patterns, negative emotions, negative people, toxic situations, and work on moving towards something a lot better for you guys. So that will definitely allow this energy to free up and to come up in the upright for you all. So the Ace of Pentacles is all about a new path in regards to the material world, especially in terms of finances or your career. So if there are people out there who are looking for a new job, this says that something's going to probably come your way soon. For those of you who are maybe struggling a little bit financially, I think that you might be having the penny pinch. That could be what the Four of Pentacles represents. I think things will resolve once you cut some cords and make some decisions. This will flip into the upright and you'll start down a much more stable and prosperous path than what you have been on. If it's not in terms of finances, this is just speaking to a really stable new beginning for you guys. It can even be in a relationship. But something that brings you a lot of wealth and prosperity, not just materially speaking, but also spiritually speaking or emotionally speaking. And I really, really like the Ace of Pentacles. It's actually my favorite ace just because of the stable nature of this card. It is the most stable ace, even if it is the one that takes the longest to manifest, just because the Pentacles can be a really, really slow suit. So I do really like that that's here for you guys. It says to me that you guys have some work to do on yourselves, but you're actually doing the work for the most part. And once some of that work gets done, once you start making some real headway, then this new Ace of Pentacles beginning is going to be there on offer for you, and you'll really be able to seize that and capitalize on that moving forward. So I do have an oracle card for you guys to give you a little bit of advice or a little bit more information regarding your situation, and you guys got God is in charge. You don't have to be a spiritual or a religious person for this to make any sense. For those of you who are, you might just be comforted knowing that you are being supported or being watched spiritually by your guides or angels or God or whatever you may believe in. For those of you for whom you're not really big on prayer, or you don't really have a very strong religious background or spiritual background, I would just take this as a sign that there are forces at work, going on behind the scenes, the universe or whatever it is that you may particularly believe in. And that is going to help guide you along the way. So for all of you guys, this is all about release. So releasing the need to control things in every aspect of our lives, releasing the need to, bear the brunt or the burden of the changes that we are going through completely on your own shoulders, and releasing the things that you cannot change just by being afraid or anxious. There's no amount of fear or anxiety that is going to change what's meant to happen for you guys. And so once you release the need to control all of those situations, I think that's going to be really liberating for you guys, and really speaks to, again, this Nine of Swords energy in the reverse. That's all about releasing fear, all about releasing anxiety, freeing yourselves from mental torture and stress. So, overall, it looks like a really great couple of weeks. Again, just keep putting in the work. And I think a lot of things are really going to start falling into place for you guys, and you're going to see some positive changes, not just in your life, but also on an internal level. So I'm really glad to see all of that there for you guys. If this resonated with you guys, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I would definitely appreciate if you like this video to give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe to the channel. And I do just want to take a moment to thank all of you guys who have watched this video, but also the past videos as well. I'm really, really grateful and appreciative for all of you guys and your support. Thank you all so much. And I will let you guys go and see you in a couple of weeks with your monthly readings for October.